Can you explain the issue that's resulted in this industrial dispute?
Right, so I think there's useful context that needs to be explained, and the government through the GPA, they've wanted to engage with us meaningfully, or at least we hope it would be meaningfully, to reduce the headcount of one of our sections within the GPA. And that hasn't materialized yet. It's in its infancy, and obviously we have been engaging at the relevant points, but that hasn't even got to that point. And within our consultation letter that the government provided us through the GPA, that this would be in a period of more or less 18 months. So therefore, we feel that they have jumped at this opportunity for an individual who was seeking extension of their service just to reduce that headcount prior to the consultation even materializing. Whether we agree or disagree at the end of that consultation, we feel that they have, so to speak, jumped the gun, and we don't feel that that's the right way forward. So as a result of that, the membership itself has felt that since they are trying to reduce the headcount, and the reason why we say it's a redundancy is because they have said they wanted to reduce the headcount. That's the reason why we're calling it a redundancy. If the government refutes that, then I would like them to explain to Unite how that is not a redundancy. If they want to reduce that position, they want to get rid of that position. Apart from that, our membership also feel that if this decision stands, they've unilaterally then broken the collective agreement. So therefore, the rest of the Gibraltar Port Authority membership feel that if this is allowed, what else can happen within the rest of our collective agreement? What about the rest of our conditions that are governed under that agreement? Can they be touched at one point because the government feels that at one point it no longer feels that this is right for them? Where do we stop? So that's the concern that our members have at the moment.
Right, well, the government has responded, and they categorically rejected the suggestion that this matter constitutes a redundancy. So what's your reaction to that?
The union stands by our claims. This is a redundancy. It's what we used in our press release is that it's a compulsory retirement, that it's a sham, because they're trying to disguise this non-extension of service as what it is, a non-extension of service, but in reality it's not that, because had we not had the prior context of that they wanted to reduce the headcount, perhaps we couldn't come to that conclusion. But seeing that we had this situation, then we all of a sudden don't have an extension of service to an individual who has been told nothing else apart from we want to reduce headcount. That's the only rationale they provided to us at the moment. So our conclusions are clear. It must be redundancy then.
Are you entitled to extension of service then?
You're not entitled to an extension of service by law, but under the Employment Act, you are protected under the Employment Act not to be dismissed or made redundant for the purposes of age. And in this case, if someone hasn't had their service extended, is it age or is it you want to reduce the headcount? So this is where we're coming into legal complications, but at the end of the day, what Unite see in this whole situation is they've reduced the headcount by trying to, or in this case they have, until they say otherwise it's going ahead, to get rid of an individual within the service to reduce the headcount. So for us, that constitutes a redundancy.
Members have voted to move this forward, so what actually happens now?
Well, now we're yet to have a general meeting with the membership after the fact of declaring this dispute. So we have to arrange that general meeting with the membership, and they will decide what action or otherwise they want to take from here on in.